before we start our studies, either papers or theses or research projects, or even within the period of conducting our research. So the point of this night session is not to talk about how to document the references like in APA or MLA or Chicago or any other style, or how to use the tech like for example Mendeley, EndNote, or any other applications to reference your bibliography or references. Tonight, we are going to discuss how we can get and from where we can get our references so that we can have a successful end at the at the end of our studies. So I will start sharing now, and I really appreciate all those who attended this night. And what we are going to do is just to share the knowledge. Nobody here is better than the other one. We are all learners. We are all researchers, and we are getting benefit from each other. But based on the request of my friends here in Kerala University, specifically the ICR scholars, I have collected some slides and compiled some slides about this particular topic, and we are going to share with each other as long as I have completed my PhD and I have got some experience, and the experience is still small, in fact, but we are going to discuss also at the end. Maybe some of you have better knowledge, but I am going to share with you my knowledge for the night. And here we go with the our presentation. This is the topic of the night. It's gonna discuss managing research references, but allow me before that so I can record for myself. To give you an idea about the research person, I am Ameen Aljammal. I am a research scholar at the University of Kerala here in Kerala State, India, the beautiful country. And I am a teaching staff at Dhamar University, one of the state universities in Yemen. And I am at the end of my journey and my research, just waiting for my open defense to be conducted soon, inshallah. So the point that we are going to discuss is about this. We have references of different types. We can have references either as hard copies or soft copies or a combination of both. So sometimes we refer to PDF, which is the full document of a research paper or a published book or an encyclopedia, etc. Or we can refer to the hard copies themselves from our libraries, or we order them online after we purchase. Or sometimes we don't have an access to either a book as a hard copy or a journal as a hard copy or as a soft copy. So we go back to some sites and they allow us to read the abstract, but there in the abstract, sometimes we find our target. And then we get the information that we need and that suit and fit our research or our work. Then we document or we cite and acknowledge the authors. But here, in order to have this session as an interactive session, I hope that the chat box is working, because I have some questions to have it an interactive session. So here we have the first point: why do we need references? I don't know if the chat box is working or not. Can you please check with the audience? Okay, so Hussein, can you hear me?
Yes.
Chat box is working or not?
Yeah, the slides are working here. I can see the slide.
Chat box.
The chat box.
Because I have some questions and I need the participants to interact with us. So if there is no possibility, it's not a problem, because the, the main organizer, Dr. Jalal, he has set the session, and based on their experience, they have, programmed this particular application on this style, so no problem. So we can go back to, we can save your time and go to the answer directly here. We need the references in order to get the knowledge on a particular topic or topics that we are either studying or researching. For example, if you are taking a course in management, linguistics, medicine, and whatever field is there, we don't come to this field and we are fully knowledgeable and we have a background about the topics covered in the syllabus or in the courses in general. So we go back to the references, we read them, then we get knowledge. Sometimes we seek only definitions. Sometimes we read the whole theory. Sometimes we are looking for a sentence. Sometimes we are looking for a paragraph. Sometimes we are looking for an essay. So it is to get knowledge from these references. Whatever is in your hand as a hard copy or in your lab digital devices is also a reference for you. And secondly, it is to have a scholarly production. When you refer to a reference, it means that this has been published either nationally or internationally, either in the same institute or university, or it is a higher institute like publishing companies. So these are scholarly places and they to large extent publish scholarly works. And then it is to support an idea. If you have an idea, or even if you have an argument, and even if you have an opinion, you need to supplement that and support that with evidence. For example, you bring a sentence or a statement to the class in which that option A is better than option B, or option A is working better than option B. So what is your evidence? Your evidence is the references. You are going to cite either to mention the title of the title of the book, the author of the book, or even the particular idea or point there. So you supplement and support with evidence. Then it is to help also avoid plagiarism. For example, if one of us is citing something and he is not acknowledging the source, that is a type of plagiarism. So by having the reference, by stating the reference, you are going to be in the safe side in your research. And the final point, but it is not the final impact, but these are some of the points that I have selected. It is to allow others, for example, now you are writing something and you are mentioning the references, either references or bibliography or whatever is there, then it allows me as a reader to know which sources did you use in your study or in your paper. So these are the points of why we need the references. So now we will have the next question, but unfortunately you cannot interact and you cannot write something. So it is what type of e-references? This night is created for electronic references, not the hard copies. References which we can find in our libraries or at our homes, etc. It is about the types of references that we need, but electronically for our papers, or for our theses, or for our research projects. These are some of the ideas. We need PDFs files, which include either a complete encyclopedia inside it, a collection of papers, or one article in one particular PDF, or a complete book or a group of books in one PDF. And secondly, we can get them, the references as electronic on Word style, the Word format, or we can get it from Google Books. For example, in PDF, it is more secure. If you find the full version of the reference, that's perfect because you are going to cite and acknowledge the full source. the author, the title of the book, the page number, everything. But in Microsoft Word, you can get the same information that is in the PDF, but if it is not published officially, that will be difficult, but still you need to read and then develop some ideas for Microsoft Word documents. It is also a good idea to have a background about the topic that you are reading about or researching about. For Google Books, it's because we cannot download as PDF. So we search in a particular book, then we find the information in that particular book, then we cite. Even the page number is available there, the author is there, the title of the book is there. The problem is this particular book or article or whatever cannot be downloaded. So we just read it online and then document it at the same time. And this is the point that we should document our references on the spot. Once you find the information, write the reference. Otherwise, it's going to be a hectic job for you to search for the references for some statements that you have preferred in your search. Or these days, we can also have Kindle books, in which you can have all the materials in your mobile or in your tablet. So Kindle is also a good idea, and it has also some offers for, sometimes you can find free books, sometimes you can pay, but not that large amount as other places. So now, the most important question and the question of the night is, how do we get electronic references? How do we get them? Which means now I need to know what are the places for locating the references. We have many sites. As I have told you, the session tonight is about how can I collect my references. It is not how to document the references or how any other stories. No, it is how to locate them and then get them ready in my hand, in my laptop or in my mobile. So for this particular point, we can either access these references for free, and I will show you some wonderful websites in which we can download for free, or we have to pay if we don't have the possibility to get it for free. Especially as a researcher, we don't have that big budget, so we are sometimes depending on the free versions of the publications there. This slide is going to be the final one in the theoretical background of this session, and then we will go practical after that. I'll show you step by step. We will go hand in hand and see how we can locate our references. So there are some suggestions here. The first suggestion and the beautiful suggestion is to have an account on the Science Direct website. This is the Elsevier journal. I will share with you the I will share with you this either complete PDF, or I will share with you at least the links in this slide. There are around 8 or 9 links. So I will share with you in any means, even in WhatsApp after we finish this webinar. So Science Direct, why? Why I put it first? It's because what is published there under in Science Direct, Elsevier and others is authentic and highly written. I have just come to know about this near the completion of my PhD research, and I found out that the articles published in this particular website are really fantastic in terms of language, in terms of the information, and in terms of the internationality of the work. Sometimes our papers or our articles are rejected because of the type of references that we have in our at the end of our article or research paper. When they look at the references and they find them that they are too weak, the publisher is not recognized. Sometimes our work is rejected just from the references. So the Science Direct is really, really beautiful, and I will take you there after we finish this slide. I'll show you how to search, how to download either as free or there are some also paid versions. And the second suggestion is the DOAG, Directory of, this is also, basically it is free. It is free, it is open, directory, it is an open journal, and you can download whatever is there. And it is also recommended. We will also visit this if time permits. And then we have also another publisher like Springer, and we have observed these days that many international publishers are opening for free, especially during this COVID-19 and lockdown. They are opening their sites for free for researchers to download or at least to read. And then we have also Wiley, very fantastic publisher. Then we come to personal sites like ResearchGate. For example, I have an account there. All my work is there. If you need, for example, Mr. Ameen's work, you can just go to the research work and download all. You don't need to contact me. You don't need to look for my papers or articles that have been published in different journals. You need only to go to one search, which is ResearchGate. But there are advantages and disadvantages. The advantages, as I have mentioned, you can find full versions of the articles there. You can request the full version if the author doesn't attach the full version of the article. But the problem is every type of research is there. Even the research that is not published in journals officially, you can find it in that particular website. If you compare it with Science Direct, there is no comparison in fact, because there in Science Direct, everything is authentic. And if you develop your work from there, from the first four suggestions, that means you are going to have an amazing reference list and an amazing information in your article. Then we have also Google Scholar. It is a good source for having different types of articles. But same thing as I have mentioned in ResearchGate. For example, I have also an account there, and all my work is there. Many people's work is there. But you can find the high and the low quality work in these personal websites. LinkedIn, same thing. It is personal. You can have your account and upload your work. You can download some others' work from LinkedIn. Then we have another suggestion, which is if you need a particular article, you can visit one particular journal. For example, we have here in Kerala many different publishers. I can go to one of their journals. Then I can browse online. If it is possible to download, that's fine. Otherwise, you can either visit or request the copy of the article that you need from the journal itself. Then we have also some suggestions. For example, some of the websites on the internet in which you can get your references from Library Genesis. This is a gigantic reference, and this is actually behind the seminar of tonight. There was a request from one of my friends that he needs a particular reference in research methodology, and then I found it in this particular website, Library Genesis. This is the link because there are many links that can take you sometimes out of the station. I'll also share this with you, and we will have a visit for the first time. And also we have some websites like ERIC. You can also find very good articles there, and you can download them. So these are only some suggestions to open the door for myself and for my wonderful participants. And then we can invest the rest of our time in the practical session. We will visit some of these websites, so bear with me. So, my dear friends, if we first visit the Science Direct, we can just go to the Google. Sometimes we can, from Google itself, we can search for whatever topic we are doing research in. But in Google, it is a huge platform, and you can find, millions of results at one time. For example, if we use Google in searching for a topic in linguistic theory, for example, linguistic theory. Here, the point is everybody can do this research, but at the end of your key points or keywords, we should write, we should have PDF phrase. If you write PDF, that means most of the PDF will appear for you. It will not come as general information or as a link, normal link, or as a PPT, PowerPoint, or Word. No, they will come basically as PDF. So, for example, this one is linguistic theory. You can find it in ResearchGate. So, this is one way to get our references by mentioning the phrase PDF at the end of our research. So, let's go to the Science Direct. Science Direct website. This is the website of Science Direct. For example, look here, and it is about journals and books. For me, I have an account. For some of the participants who don't have an account, you can create an account. It is for free. You can create for free because you cannot download without having an access. They need your name. So here we have the keyword in which we want to search. For example, I need to search based on the title or topic. Or if I know the author, for example, Ameen Aljammal, I can write his name here, then his work will appear. Or the name of the journal, or the volume or issue. These are simple things for especially PhD researchers. But here I need for keyword. For example, I need a book about management studies. Only I write this, then I hit the enter key, then I will have, see how many results I got. I got around 2 million results here, and these are the references about management. Here in the left side, of the page, you can only, for example, limit yourself to 2021 or 2020 or 2019, or what type of article do you want? Do you want review article or research article or encyclopedia or book chapter? You can limit if you like. These are very good options, and even there are many other options. So let's go here. I have the first reference. It is a research article. It is a research article, but it cannot be downloaded for free because there is no an option here for PDF download. But you can have the abstract. You can read the abstract. If you like the information, for example, here this is the abstract. Here I hit. Now this is the abstract. If I like such information in this abstract, I can cite it by paraphrasing or summarizing or any other way of doing this for documentation. Then I have all the information. I have the title, I have the author, I have the the journal published, and everything is there. So you can do it this way. But if you need a complete PDF, you can just go down and browse. Here we find, for example, a PDF, article. You can download it fully for free. The previous one you should pay. You should pay for it. Either pay for online reading. Sometimes they charge you $7 for maybe 1 week. There are information there. There is information, and sometimes they charge you for downloading. But this one you can download for free. And as I have mentioned, why we start with Science Direct? It's because the language of the article is perfect. The information there is authentic, and it has all the information, including the DOI and for publishing. See here, there are many other articles. We cannot download them, but we can buy. We have to purchase, but this one we can download. So this is, my dear friends, about the Science Direct. platform in which I recommend to do your research. If you are doing research, start with that. Start with Science Direct, because all the journals here are elsewhere. For example, if we download the first one here, let's download it and see in which company and who is the publisher. See from here, from the title, you can see it is an elsewhere journal. See, and if you read only one paragraph, you can find it amazing English. The information is great, even the documentation highly. Sometimes if you send an article to elsewhere journals, it's going to be rejected sometimes 10 times and sometimes completely rejected, even if you try 100 times. It's because these journals are, you can say, we can depend on them and they are fine. So, my dear friends, let's go now to the second suggestion, which is the here we have the OAG. These are a group of journals, which is directory of open access. This is open access, and this is the good thing about it, that it is open, free for everyone, and you can find good articles there. By clicking here, you can find the page. It is advisable during our studies and during our download period for the PDF. It is advisable to save the pages. For example, I don't need to come every time to this page and then write in Google. No, I can save it in the favorite here, in the bookmark. You can save it, and then you can browse it at any time. For example, I have a long list. I have a long list of references, including this DOAG available. So these are the things that which I love. I put them in the favorite or in the bookmark. So, for example, Eric, I have Eric here. Whenever I need it, I just only click from this save list. So here, it depends. What do you want to search for? I am searching for an article. Here you need to log on, but for me now, I don't have a login. Let's see now about, for example, listening comprehension. I am searching for articles related to listening comprehension. I write this in the search box and then I hit the search. Here, as you can see, the good news is you have this paper and you have the abstract here, then you have the full text. Similarly, the second article, you have also the full text. The third article, the full text. So by visiting this particular website and this particular platform, you are going to save your time. You are going to get good references. You are going to manage yourself in a very short period of time. Specifically, if you are running of time, if you are required to do a research project, graduation research, or even a research paper. So this is a very fine platform for full text. You can get full text here. It is an open source for everyone and can be downloadable. And the good thing is that, for example, here you have about listening comprehension 500 plus articles. You can identify the subject. You can even identify the journal, which journal you want, for example. So from here, you are going to have very good access to very good articles and references for you. Then the third, we have mentioned about Springer, Wiley, same story. We visit their websites, then we write in the search box our keywords or even our complete title. Then we will see the matching references that we need. Now let's skip from these well-recognized and international websites to the ResearchGate, which is personal. because I have here 4 publishing companies, and these are like personal ones. Let's visit one of the personal websites. Here, if I go to, for example, the ResearchGate. ResearchGate is appearing here. Login. Personally, I have an account. So let me see. He requires me to log in. No need, because I'm already. You can register here, but in ResearchGate you need institutional email. For example, when I opened an account in ResearchGate, it required me to have an institutional email in which I requested my university, Kerala University, to grant me an email, and they did, and then I registered successfully. What is the good thing about ResearchGate? It's if you know someone, for example, you have a friend, and this friend has an account there, and he already uploaded all his work. Instead of visiting him or requesting him or waiting for him or bringing a pen drive or whatever is there, you can just visit the website and then download the work that he has published. For example, personally, I have my work, all my work here in this website. As you can see, for example, here, I have got 5 citations till now, 3,000 reads, 3,000 plus, and people are recommending 48 recommendations. And I have here 12 research items. And these are the works. For example, this is the last paper I have written and I published. So it was like a presentation. Then the conference published a book, and that paper appeared in their book. So you can download it full text here. If the author doesn't upload the full text, you can request. There is an option. For me, all are full text. So, but there is an option if the person doesn't include the full text. So you can request for a complete copy. And this is also another paper, for example, I published along with a friend in our university. So these are, for example, my work. Now let me go to the search box, because this is the point of the session. I have this search box, and I need to do research about reading for beginners. My paper, my keywords in my paper or research are these words: reading and beginners. I don't need for adults. So I hit the search enter to search for the article. Here I got some articles. And now look, we have 2 options, either to download or to request a copy. We have, yes, sir. Jalal. Okay. So my dear, we have this author. He has published an article, or yeah, it is an article here in 2015 January, wide reading for beginners. But he or she doesn't upload the full version. So here I hit request full text. Then the message is ready. You need only to choose the send option. So it is going to be sent to him. And then if he is generous or if she is generous enough, they will send you the full version, the full copy. So here many people who have published about reading, they don't upload their work. They have only, you need to request the full text. Here we have a chapter of a book. So it could be either an article, or it could be a chapter, or it could be a complete book. So those people here in reading, we have this researcher or this author. He has uploaded the article, then it can be downloaded. The good thing about this website is it brings you related works. For example, if you are searching for reading for beginners, it brings most of the work about those particular type or group of people. So this is the research gate. Similarly, you have the Google Scholar, and I believe that many of you, they have accounts there. Sorry, I have to them. Google Scholar. Okay, so in Google Scholar, there is a good service in which you can create an alert. For example, you are doing a research paper in laboratory medicine. So you can develop an alert here if anybody publishes an article or a work about this particular topic, it can come to your email as an alert. I have done that during my PhD period. Whenever I have a topic, I just create an alert in Google Scholar. Then all the articles come uh, during the time they are uploaded or published. So it is a good source. But generally, if you are searching for a topic in, for example, sociology, here in sociology, for example, you have books, you have dictionary, you have, because this is a general, this is general term. It will bring you thousands and hundreds of thousands of results. But sometimes you should limit sociology. Sociology of what? Sociology of education, for example. Here, the research results become smaller because you are now narrowing, and you have many a number of books there. The good thing about Google Scholar is if you are using EndNotes, you can directly send the full detail about the author, the title of the paper, the issue, the year of publication, all these, even the page numbers, all these details can be sent, and then you can check if they are accurate, or you can modify in EndNote. Personally, I am using both EndNote and Mendeley. I didn't find this effective in Mendeley. It is effective in the notes application, and you can even cite from here if you like it. For example, if you like the ideas you have read, you can cite. See here, for example, you have complete PDF. Sometimes they are only internet, so you can download them. They are downloadable. So these are some websites which you yourself create accounts with them. They are not publishing companies, but they are only websites in which many people around the world create accounts, and then they upload their works. And sometimes the journals have subscription with Google Scholar. So whenever they publish an issue, it is released in Google Scholar. For example, in some of my works, I visit the Google Scholar, then I find my work there. It is because that the journal is sending directly to Google Scholar, then you can find your article there, and others also can find your article in Google Scholar. There are many advantages of Google Scholar, but as I have told you, the first four places and also some others, they are great for having authentic work. The others are fine, but there are good quality and low quality work there. So now LinkedIn is the same thing. It is about personal. You can create your personal account, and then you generate whatever. To visit a website, for example, here we have a journal. I don't need to spend time, for example, in reading on the internet about hundreds of thousands of journals. I need only one particular journal. So I go here, and then I write the name of the journal or the link of the journal. Here we have the Journal of Experimental Child Psychology. It is raining now, so I hope that the rain will not confuse the sound. So this is the journal, and I need to search in this particular journal only. So you can come to the box here for searching, and then you write whatever the keywords of your article or your research topic. Then you can find in this particular journal. Some journals are open, meaning that you can download for free. And some journals, no, you have to pay for them. And some journals, you need to subscribe either yearly or life membership with them. So it depends on the quality of the journal. Now let's go to the some general websites, like for example, Library Genesis. For me, I will take the link because when we write Library Genesis, many links come because this particular website has been confused with many others. I just attach the link and then I go to this particular platform. This is the interface of Library Genesis because, as I have told you, there are many websites that are trying to, assimilate or imitate or copy the same idea of this particular library. So, what is the advantage of this library? The advantage is the books that are rare and hard to find can be found here. I have tried some books. It was very impossible for me to download them from many websites. But when I come here, I found it and then easily I downloaded. For example, last night we searched for a book that was very hard to find. It was, as I remember, let me get it from the download, only the title of the book. Yes, this is the title of the book here. And now I have taken it to somewhere else because I already make libraries for my work. So the book is here. It is about research methodology. Yes. Thesis writing. Yeah, I will just only copy to save the time. Then I go back to the website. The book is titled Thesis Writing for Masters and Ph.D. Programs. It was published in Springer in Singapore. So I am now on Library Genesis. I will search for this particular reference and I need to download it. Here you have got your reference. It is available. All the information is here. It was published 2 years ago. It is 7 megabytes. It is PDF. It is written in English, etc. So what I need is the title. The title is here. It is. I click on the title of the book because it will take me to many other steps. Here I have many options. Would you like to download it? Would you like to download this book from here, from this particular platform, or from this another one? So you have many options. For example, I click on the first option. I need to download from here. So sometimes if you visit other sites, it cannot be downloaded. Here, sometimes people or researchers are confused. From here, I download this. They search. There are some announcements here, advertisements. The point is very easy. It is from here, get. When you press on get, now it will come to you. It is now downloading down here. It is downloading as PDF. It will take some time to be downloaded. Then you can save it. The most important point while we are locating or collecting our references is the management. Management here in the sense that when you get a reference, try to give it the name. Give it the name. Don't download it, then it is only numbers. Especially in Science Direct, personally, I didn't get any downloaded reference and the full title is there. I myself rename the file. So here I will not be lost. This is one thing. Second thing, if you are writing, for example, 2 research papers, in two different topics. Try to develop two separate and independent folders for each paper. So you can have the references here in one folder and the other paper in another folder. So here it is going to be managed very easy or easily for you. So here, for example, now we will open what has been downloaded. See, it is so long and I need here to rename it or readjust it. What I have to do is to remove the, the word that I don't need. If it is numbers, as I have told you, either to write it, to write the full title, or to copy and paste so that you can come to it easily. And don't keep it in the download list because download list is usually in the C disk. And this C disk is at risk. If the computer is destroyed, sometimes it's very difficult for you to recover. So it's better to create an folder in the other disks so it can be easily recovered if something happens to your device. So my dear friends, this is the idea of library genesis. Similarly, Eric is also a good place. It is a good place to get also references, and there are many Eric, Eric websites. As you can see here, there is eric.com, there is eric.uk. You need only the educational one, eric.ed, which is education.org organization. This is the place that we need because we need to get references from this place. For example, if I am doing research in business administration and you complete the title, here you get references. The good news is that many of the references that you are going to find in the ERIC website are downloadable. They are downloadable, so you can download full text from here. This is, for example, the first reference, full text. Second one, full text. The third one is only, it will take you, it is a direct link. But ERIC is very good in terms of having complete article or complete work in PDF style. Same thing as with the directory website. So these are the points that I wanted to share with you, and we are now nearing to the end of our session. I hope that I can at least share with you the links of these beautiful places in which we can get our references. Then we can work easily and beautifully. Thank you, my dear friends. And I am so sorry for not having the chat box activated. It is due to the fact that we were preparing, and that's why we changed the length of this session. We discovered only that we can present only for 40 minutes and we need 1 hour. So some of our beautiful friends saved us and they alerted us that you cannot present for full time because after the 30 minutes, all the participants will be ejected. Then the story will not be complete, in fact. So they will generous enough and they give us access to their Zoom, and they created even our link here. So thank you very much. I hope that if anybody has a question, we can open the mic so we can hear your sweet voices and then see what are you having in mind, either a contribution, a comment, a doubt, question. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Ameen. Thank you very, very much for what you have given to us. Like you give us the nectar of all the knowledge of you regarding in all your 5 years studies of your PhD. Now it will be open for discussion. Please, the one that wants to ask, raise your hand, please, so that we'll open the mic for him. أي حد بيسأل نعطي له الفرصة، يعني ممكن يرفع يده ونفتح له المايك لأن يسأل بحرية، لكن لا يتعدى سؤال واحد يعني، لأنه بسبب الوقت وكذا نخاف إنه ما نقدر meeting the time يعني. إذا في أحد ممكن يريد أن يسأل.
Try to open for one of the participants so you can understand is it possible to open the mic or not. There is Hamid. Hamid Abdul Mughni is raising his hand.
Yes,
you can open
Mr.
for him.
Hamid, you can talk. Yes, this is now I'm mute. Mr. Hamid.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Yes, brother.
First of all, thank you so much. I do appreciate such kind of lecture for very important and very essential part for any researcher. And also you have given us, some kind of basic background about collecting about websites that are very valuable for any researcher. So my comment is that you have actually mentioned too many, browser websites, and you didn't mention anything that is related to literature. And literature and linguistics are very complementary to each other. So we haven't seen any part of the literature. If you have any journal and any browser, and please do not forget those who are interested in literature.
Okay, my dear friend, Dr. Hamid Abdul Mughni, thank you so much for the contribution, and it is very beautiful to hear you again. In fact, these websites are general search platforms in which you can find in literature, in linguistics, in many different areas of research. So just try it, and then my email is there, and we can keep in touch if there is something we can help. No problem, but you can try, especially for ResearchGate. I have many friends who are specialized in literature, and their works are there, so you can find literature works in ResearchGate, in Science Direct, in Google Scholar, in ERIC, in Springer, and many other websites. These are only sample of the websites that we can get our references from there. But I try to bring these ones so we can manage our research in a very short period of time and with great results. Thank you, brother.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. If anyone has needs to speak, to add to the topic, to benefit us with some more or further details, he can raise or she can raise their hands. Raise your hands, please, because we don't have the chat box. Or I suggest that open for all. You can open for all, Mr. Hussain. Now the mic is, I think, open for many people, so please be aware. And just only speak what is related to the session. Yes, we have Abdurrahman Amir, we have Ibrahim, we have also Rahimi. Anybody wants to speak? We need your knowledge also, my brother. You can raise your hand from the participant section. Then there is raise hand. I suggest, Mr. Hussain, if you can open for all, because some people they have difficulty in Zoom management. We need to have another session about Zoom management. It's really beautiful platform in which we are sharing, we are learning.
Already unmute all.
Yes, if anybody wants to speak, the mics are open. Okay, my dears, this is the
One question, sir, I would like to ask you.
okay, Mr.
Welcome,
Jalal.
welcome, Bassam. You can ask.
Bassam,
So I could not attend the session from the very beginning. I missed it, so unfortunately.
no
But
problem,
I
brother.
have one question, sir.
I can repeat it again only for you.
Thank you very much. It is my mistake, not your mistake.
No problem.
I have one question regarding linguistics. When we want to do the bibliography of linguistics, we should follow MLA. Is that right, sir?
Well, brother, regarding the English, we are, specialized in either linguistics or literature. In linguistics, and this is also stated in many references, we should follow the APA style, the APA style in linguistics. In literature, we should follow the MLA style. So this is just to correct the information.
So we should follow linguistic ABA, not MLA.
Generally speaking, APA, but sometimes it depends on your guide, sometimes it depends on your university, they decide. But generally speaking, linguistics, APA. And if you look at most of the journals and most of the articles published in linguistics, it is in APA style. For example, now I will give you one example. I have here.
Yes. Hello?
I hope that, yes, sir.
Hello?
Bassam, are you still with me? I have here, for
The
example,
sound is intermittent. I could not hear you well. Okay, so what you mean, sir, that ABA is now is used a lot in bibliography or make references
Look,
of linguistics
I
dissertations.
will give you one example. I will give you one example of, for example, the listening skill. Listening skill is one of the linguistic skills. And look, for example, at this paper. This paper has been published in Elsevier journal. It is Procedure, for example. Look at the references, at the reference list. For example, here I will make it bigger so everybody can see. Look at this, for example. These are the references. Wait a minute. Okay. And what kind of documentation they are following, though this is not the point of the night, this needs another session. But look here, the references are written in APA style. Look, this is in linguistics, Elsevier journal called Procedure, the author, the year, and then the title. In MLA, the year is at the end. But in APA, it is right after the author, which is in a single language. So,
yes.
summarize, linguistics is following the APA style.
Yes, thank you, sir, very much. You make it very clear because I got confused because I did my master. My guide used to tell me that you should follow MLA. Now, when I take a look at some dissertation or paper, I saw it different. So I thought that either it is my mistake or their mistake. So you make it very clear. Thank you, sir.
You are most welcome, brother. And as I have told you, it depends on the guide, it depends on the university policy. Thank you.
Thank
Any
you,
other
sir.
participants? Anybody can unmute himself or herself and raise the question if you have. It was really a wonderful night, and the participants are really giving very good comments and questions.
Can I ask another question, sir?
Yes, brother. Can you please tell your name again?
My name is Bassam Hamid. I'm from Hodeida University. I'm doing PhD in Nanded,
Okay,
English.
brother.
One question is that The hypothesis, is it compulsory in linguistics or optional?
You are taking my leg to something out of this session, but in linguistics, my dear friend, it's better to have experimental study. What does it mean? It means you are solving problems, field study. For example, you are having reading, for example, reading, listening, speaking, writing. These are skills, and our learners are having difficulty. So I cannot go, for example, to write a research about this from the library, only secondary resources, secondary data. I should myself take the initiative and go to the field and study this group, this group of students or those group of students, then come up with the results. Here we come to the idea that before I go to the field, I develop some hypotheses. I predict that either you are going to implement a program that your program will be successful, or your program will not make improvement. The intervention is not going to improve them. So here you have you anticipate before you go to the field, which means you are formulating hypotheses. In my PhD thesis, it is in linguistics, and it is experimental study. It is implemented, executed in Dhamar University in Yemen. So I went there, but before I go, I formulated hypotheses. Then at the end, we can see are these hypotheses going to be confirmed or disconfirmed, depends on the result. Thanks, brother.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Mr. Abdul Qadir, you can ask now because he raised his hand.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, brother. Can you
Mr.
please
Abdul Qadir.
mention your name and yes.
Mr. Abdul Qadir. Okay, any other one?
Okay, brothers, shall we wind up? Shall we conclude? I feel that participants are fine and they have nothing to raise. Okay, is Mr. Hussain is still there or Dr. Jalal, so we can conclude? We have Tahmina. Can you please open for Tahmina? We have Tahmina. Can you please open the mic for her?
Already unmute.
She is a research scholar. She's still unmuted.
She can speak now.
Yes,
Already
she's a
unmuted.
research scholar in the University of Kerala Management. Hello, yes.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for this nice session, Dr. Ameen. It was really effective and productive for me. Today, thank you for co-hosts and hosts of this event. Really, it was great, and I think it is not enough. We should continue and keep doing such kind of sessions. You are very good, first of all, teacher and mentor and coach. So I was like eating very tasty food, very nice food. I think Yemeni kitchen is very good kitchen.
Thank you.
Especially university where you work and you have been produced as a product of that university. Thank you very much. So I think this kind of session will be continued, and I think others also support this idea. Thank you very much.
You are most welcome, sister, and it's nice to hear you again after all this period of lockdown. Hope to meet next week or next month in the campus.
Any question, please?
Okay, so to save the time of our
Okay, Dr. Ameen,
we can conclude.
Dr. Ameen, أريد أن أضيف يعني I want to add something to Mr. Bassam, my colleague in Halida University and my best friend. We had a very good life with him. طبعا الأخ بسام, he asked about the hypothesis regarding the linguistics and literature. You can find that as linguistics is a scientific study, so it will need field study. So you have to go into the field and do so many studies. And based on that, your hypothesis will be highly appreciated if you are going to do precisely that. يعني هذا بس كنت أريد أضيفه. أما في الليتراتشر يعني regarding in literature, the hypothesis, it will be based on the literary works. It will not be scientific. Even in translation, translation is more scientifically than to be in regard of literary works and literature. يعني you cannot say in hypothesis is the writer of the two novels precise in his using the words or the vocabularies in his work. Yeah, this will be you know, you cannot go like a linguistic side in literature. While in linguistics, you can go scientifically to any approach that you like. Thank you, shukran. Is there anyone في الأخير at the end?
Mr. Bassam, if you want to add something.
No, actually it is so clear. But the thing is that my supervisor was Dr. Thomas Shako from Kerala, but he had around 6 students. We were all of us were doing linguistic, but he didn't accept anyone or let anyone use any hypothesis. He said it is not necessary that we should do the hypothesis. That is why I am asking, because here when I came, my guide here said it is compulsory to have hypothesis. So I was just a little bit confused. Who is right and who is wrong? That's why I asked this question.
Thank you, brother. Generally speaking, there is nothing called right and wrong. It depends on the decision of the guide. For example, when I came in the beginning, my guide told me to write in based on MLA style. Then I explained to him. Then we came to the conclusion that okay, APA is going to be the final decision. And many conferences I participated in and published papers with, 99% of them are asking for APA, but 1% of this, platform is asking for MLA. So it depends on the guide's decision and the university policy. But to speak in general, linguistics is following the APA. Thank you, brother, for the participation.
Thank you, sir, very much. You make things very clear. And science, you know that there are so many branches. There are so many countries are following different systems. So you are right. There is nothing called right or wrong. You are completely right.
So with this, we come to the end of the session. I really thank all of you, including the host, the co-host, the participants, and even the technology that helped us to execute this particular share knowledge session. Thank you all, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ameen. Thanks a lot for having this time. Thanks for every participant here came for listening to this topic of the webinar. I assure that it will not be the last, but we will keep continuing having different kinds of topics. In that will come relatively to the master students and to the PhD students as well in dissertation writing, research methodology, especially in research methodology. Because also about the organization of the dissertation. Thank you very much, Dr. Ameen. Thanks for all participants. And hopefully we will keep arranging and we'll keep alerting everybody. Thanks. دكتور جلال، هل في إضافة أو شيء قبل الختام؟ دكتور جلال.
شكرا، ما فيش حاجة. اعمل بس انت ايقاف الريكورد وبعدها اعمل ليف عشان الجلسة.